All right, so we got a 2021 Sea-Doo GTI. In 2021, they switched to Polytec hulls, and she's got about a foot-long crack in it. Bring it in and see if we can get it on video. Right here. All the way up to about here, right below the body line. We couldn't access it from the inside. Inside here, this piece of foam goes all the way down, and it's gonna rip and tear up, and we don't want to tear it up, and then I can't lay down in here anyway to weld it. So we got 2 bolts for the nose, 1 on each side, and a ton of bolts down the rub rail all the way down. Once we take the nose off, peel the rub rail off, probably slides off, and we'll be able to have access to those bolt heads. Took the rub rail off at the back. It had a bolt on each side. Thought that was it. Had one hidden under the bottom, so don't forget that one. Got the nose off. It had 2 bolts on the nose, shot up from the bottom, and then shot into the sides, 1 on each side, like I said earlier about the sides. And then that's these bolts I was talking about. It's got stainless bolts. Oh, these are just threaded straight in. It's got nuts on the rest of them. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, right there. But these are just shot straight in to the plastic. That's how they're joining the fiberglass and the plastic together. All right, so we're gonna take the rub rails off. They probably slide off the back, and then take loose all the bolts. After a little bit of finagling, we finally figured it out. The bottom edge is wrapped all the way around the bottom edge here, and then it pops onto this small raised area, and there's gaps in between. So we just grabbed the back and ping, 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 and just popped it off. All right, got all the bolts out, all the way around. Unhooked the fill tube for the gas. So now I'm gonna try to lift up on it. I'm gonna get a hand from my wife and lift up. There's a tab back there, tab right here. Put a piece of wood under it so we can get our eyes on it. Got it propped up momentarily. We take the vent off. This piece of foam that I couldn't get from the top is now mobile. I'm gonna get it up a little higher, sneak this foam out, and I could probably just do my work right in here without having to take it off. Only thing connected on these, which is a very great design, is the fill tube for the gas and the steering cable. So you can just and cock it up and repair stuff like this. All right, I got all the foam removed out of the front and the sides to have access to the inside. Feels wrong, but I'm gonna drill a hole at the end here so the crack doesn't run on each side. There's one little spot here that had an overlap that I couldn't get to fold under. So I'm kind of just taking some material out, getting it to meet back up. A little bit of taking some material off camera. I still got to go through. There was a fiberglass layer put on top of here, factory, so I have to grind through that to get to the crack. Once I get through, then I'm gonna take this crack down. But I'm gonna call it a night here and probably pick up tomorrow evening. Do a little more work out here. All right, yeah, so there was a fiberglass layer on the inside of here, reinforcing the whole side, but obviously didn't work. So now I got the fiberglass removed off of this area, and then I ground down the inside in a V and the outside of the V, but I didn't do any more material on the outside. Now I'm gonna wipe it down with denatured alcohol just to get rid of any oils or anything.
So we got it all cleaned down.
I mean, we got fuzzies on it, but that's gonna burn right off.
A 2021. How many hours did it have on it?
Like 9.
9 hours.
I got a Scotch-Brite pad. I'm just taking off any of the rough stuff. Kind of roughing it up a little bit, especially in these smooth areas. Welding gun going, the heat gun, and some plastic rods prepped up over there. Got it warming up. Gonna warm the surfaces first. We got gas masks. Definitely use the proper protection because there's a lot of plastic fumes. We got one laid out in the cracks. About to do another bead on each side while it's warming up. I'm gonna do a bead on each side all the way down and then do one on the outside. All right, got the outside just roughly welded up. Gonna sand it down once it's all together. Got it all welded up inside here. Gonna get all these shavings cleaned up, put everything back where it needs to go, button it back up. All right, back on a different day. Popping all the bolts in. What happens, if you look up close, you have to squish the plastic up into the fiberglass. It was way harder before I put these bolts in there. And what I'm doing is I'm running the bolts in and then leaving the nut off. That's the only way to line it up. And I'm gonna back it up a little bit, shoot the nut on, be good to go. I'm gonna get all the trim put on. After doing the bolts, to do the nose, and then I'm gonna sand this area once I'm fully done. All right, got the nose on, got the trim. I don't know if I explained this, but the bottom is a C channel. You put the bottom on and then just pow, and then just slide, pop, 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 and pop it all the way on, all the way around. Got all the corners on. After the trim, got it all buttoned back up. Still have to put the storage bin up front back together, but other than that, we're gonna sand this spot down and be good to go. Say what you gotta say. This works really well. I don't know if you can see this, but it's got one little speck. That's the only imperfection in the whole weld. That's right where I added a second stick in, so I guess that was like a little bubble or something that was in there. So I'm gonna patch that one little spot up real quick, put a little bit in there, but there's no other imperfections anywhere. And I'm just gonna run a light sand down the whole thing to smooth it out. But I mean, it's got scratches all over it, so other than that, it'll be ready to go. Give it a good sanding and then get it returned to them. Get her fired back up just for a second. Heat the problem area. Try to open it up as much, find the bubble. Make sure there's no voids. Pretty solid. And then you put it straight in there. Let that cool down. Take another piece. Make sure ain't nothing in there. Let that cool. It's already mostly cool. Get the sander out. Give it a good sand. Be good to go. Really happy with that. These little shiny specks you're seeing is just the plastic welding rod that really wasn't too scuffed up. It'll blend right back in a couple rods, but nice and smooth, strong. It's good to go. Thanks for watching. Those shiny spots were bothering me, so I went back, replaced them. The wife said if I wanted to be known for doing really good work, I should go back and fix those small pieces. So now I'm gonna hit the sander on those spots again, re-smooth it out, and be fine. We're good to go. All right, that's better. No more shiny spots. I mean, you know, other than little specks, but that's her right there. All right, thanks for watching. And comment, subscribe, do all those things. It really helps.